So last week I quit my day job to become a full-time game developer. Oh, bollocks. Now if I fail, I'm gonna be much more of a disappointment than I already am. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into what I've been doing. Quite a lot of things have been going on lately. Mainly I've been working on a lot of content for the game. I developed lots of cool enemies, such as the bubbler and the reverse mermaid. Previously I really wanted the game to be Darkest Dungeon. You know, you have your heroes and you progress through a set of more or less linear missions, but no, screw that. My game is now a roguelike. That means you will go by the game in a trial and error fashion, and many of the levels and the game will be procedurally and randomly generated. If you die, you restart. At least until a checkpoint. We'll see how it goes. That being said, I developed quite a lot of abilities for the heroes, for only the knight and the ranger so far. But all of these are implemented and they work inside the game, and they have cool little icons and cool little effects and that stuff. So moving on to the roguelike part of the game, I made an algorithm to create a map. Well, actually I didn't really make it, my friend did, but I coded it. And I was running into some other issues as well. I kept working on the town for the game, but it just would not turn out the way I wanted. So I scrapped that. I scrapped the whole town. No more town. No town. Also, no map. No world map like it used to be. It's now just linked levels, and I'm gonna have a background for this at some point. I just don't know when and don't know how to make it, because I'm bad at drawing maps. Certain nodes on the map are now specific to merchants or to the blacksmith or to Nana Joy. Oh, I haven't shown you Nana Joy yet, so here's a picture of her on the screen. Enjoy. I made some really cool spells which I'm quite proud of. The bubbler, for example, shoots a bubble that splits into two bubbles. And I also made an ability which is a fox that jumps over the screen and applies a bleed effect. Oh yeah, the game now has bleed effects. Also various push effects, and if you push an enemy into a wall, it's gonna take extra damage. Wow, how cool is that? Now moving on from the gameplay, I made the king. Yes, yeah, now you will meet the king at some point in the game, and he is very sweet to say the least. No wonder his wife calls him honey. I made the king an intro. Now the king has a whole cutscene dedicated to him. At some point you meet the king, you talk to him, and you figure out how to progress in the quest line, in the storyline, in the mission, whatever you want to call it. Aside from that, I also updated the UI a little bit to make it look nicer. I made some really cool, nicer looking buttons, and I'm still working on, but you know, they're much nicer than before. Well, this has been a chaotic video, and quite a short one indeed. So now I guess I'll just go work on some stuff. I don't know, let's see what I've got open here. Yeah, there's some bugs in the UI. But that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Who knows? Maybe I'll post more often. Maybe not. Until then, I'll leave you with a link to please do my Twitter. Please subscribe to my Facebook feed, Twitter. You know, YouTube. Yeah, you know, the usual. I post updates on Twitter more regularly than I post on YouTube, because on YouTube I barely post nowadays. Thank you for watching and have a great week. And if you're watching this at the end of the week,